Oh, nobody can even hear me anyway.
Yeah, well, you didn't have any of your volumes on. If you guys can hear us, please say hello because we are streaming from a very different place than we normally do. And let us know if it's too loud or too quiet or too this or too whatever because again, this is not not our normal.
Now mine is, what is this thing doing? I don't want to hear anything. I really like that title, 2-Bit Tarot. I love it. Like Two Pondering Pagans.
Yes. Hey, Dragon, can you hear us fine? Should it be a little louder, a little quieter? How you feeling with that?
Oh, it actually shows up correctly on YouTube. Yay! See, my Be Kind Witch.
Yeah. 2-Bit Tarot. All things over here say we're working. We might be frying a little bit on our sound because it's not tuned it down just right. We're trying to get it so that you can't hear me through Rook and vice versa. But if you guys can just give us um, I could be a bit louder. Okay, I can turn me up a little bit.
I'm so mad I can't wear my new hat with the headphones on.
I like it.
I wish I could wear it.
All right. Yeah, no worries. So is that a little bit better? I'm trying not to talk too loud because Rook's microphone will pick me up. It doesn't seem to be right now, as long as I'm just consistent with my voice. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys can hear us. I'm also pretty sure that there's maybe a little bit of a delay from the visual to the audio. So,
It looks like quite a bit of a delay.
yeah, we've always had a problem with that. Um, Hopefully, it's not too bad or too disjointed, but we've always had an issue with that when we do streaming from our computer directly. Instead of in our witch room, when we do it in the witch room, we don't really have any issues. It's something on Discord that just causes these weird delays, and it's always been there. But as long as it's not too disjointing for people, I think we will be okay. So, um, yeah, Rook, you look perfectly timed, and I am definitely on a bit of a delay. But yeah, who cares? Who cares? So we wanted to do some like full on tarot. And if even when we record, by the way, we still have the same issue. But we want to pull some tarot. So we wanted to see if you guys would like to have some tarot reads from both of us. So we've done this before a few years ago. It's been a while, where I will pull some cards, Rook will pull some cards, and then we go back and forth. I appreciate that, Angelo. We stream a show every Sunday. We will be live tomorrow, Sunday at 9:45 Eastern, and we do it just from a direct together, and it works really well. But when Rook and I are in separate rooms and doing it this way, for some reason, my computer's doing all the hard work and it delays me. So his will probably look pretty timed in, but you know what? We don't care. We're not trying to run a mega church here. We're just trying to have fun and hang out with people who like tarot and like to talk about spiritual stuff. So, and don't mind dogs barking in the background.
Sorry, they haven't been yapping until now, of course. And I'm really going to try to not cough or sneeze in anybody's ear. I've been sick. So I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that. I might turn off my blur. I don't think I need it, and blur always tends to slow some of that stuff down to. Justin. All right, so guys, if you want some tarot reads,
Oh my god, these dogs.
they literally have been quiet the last 3 hours. Um, mm-hmm. That's your only superpower.
Be
Be
kind,
kind,
bitch.
bitch. Oh,
That was
sorry.
rude.
Has it
Has
been
it
over
been over
5
5
minutes?
minutes?
No, but whatever.
Hey,
Hey, to
Betty.
Betty.
To
Oh,
Oh,
Betty, to
twisted.
Betty.
Hello.
I'm gonna
I'm
send
gonna
you a
send you a
picture that I
picture that
want
I
you to
want you
use
to
for your
use for your
background.
background,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. I
It
may
says
or may
It's
not use it.
it's
it's
this
this
Be
Be
Kind
Kind
Witch
Witch one,
one,
so
so
that we
that we
both
both
have
have
it
it
I'm
matched.
not wearing the same one unless I'm in the picture.
Actually,
No.
no.
Do
Do
the
the
one
one
where
where for our other one, our
encyclopedia
encyclopedia
one
one
that
that
I
I
made.
made.
I don't know why these things keep turning off, these lights. I didn't tell them to turn off.
You should go and do it for the Encyclopedia Ash and Ink one and Witchery.
I don't have any of those.
You
You just moved them to the
Oh,
O, but you don't have them in a file. They're in the ingest. And if you go
don't
to,
talk like you know what you're talking about.
I do. I learned how to do it. I think it's really cool. Just right now, how to do this. Isn't that cool? I think.
Yeah, we're doing really well, Tabati. Apocrypha was canceled tonight. Adius is still working on his computer setup and stuff. So, Rook and I were listening to some records, and we've been doing a lot of video editing today. I've been teaching him how to use DaVinci. And he made his first Be Kind Witch video. Yay. We recorded our first encyclopedia video, which is
Can
Can I
really
just
fun.
say that took like what 3.5, 4 hours for a minute and 38-second video? My God,
It gets
I'll
faster.
Get quicker. I'll get quicker.
Of
Everybody else is doing great on a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's a tarot day.
Oh,
It's a tarot
Our
night.
Saturday. Yeah. So, we'll go ahead and get started. I've got Twisted Chaos and Justin, who seems like they want reads. Let me know if you guys. It will be a general read unless you say otherwise. And what we've done in the past is we'll just pull cards back and forth until it doesn't feel like it's right to keep pulling. Usually ends up with somewhere between 4 and 10 cards as we go back and forth. We're probably only going to try to be live for an hour. And if there's any conversation you guys want to have in the middle, please bring it up. Let's have conversation.
May I go get my cards now that we tested it?
Yes, go get your cards.
All right.
I'm going to see if I can't get this photo in. Dragon, we've got you on the list. I'm going to see if I can't get this photo in that Rook is talking about. That he wants me to...
Do I need to email it to you?
No, don't make things difficult.
The ink and ash, I want you to put it as your background.
Well, if you make sure that I have it, I'll use it.
It's in ingest. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I'm so glad he knows how to use our stuff now. Like, it's been a treat teaching him how to use the computer, and I finally got him upgraded to Windows 11 so that it actually works. So, but yeah, so very cool. I look for these thumbnails that he wants me to use. All right, I want to see if I can't pop this one in and update. I might just mess everything up while I'm doing this. Tabati, you absolutely can get a read for sure. I bought these little lights and I like them, but they're like on a 30-minute delay for some reason. And I don't know if it's because I hit the wrong button, but they're kind of crazy. Oh, that looked really crazy when I did that, didn't it? All right, let's see. I can custom. We're going to upload an image. We're going to go to our ingest. We set up ourselves an ingest station, which is really cool, so we can bring all of our videos and stuff in. And I want you guys to see this. This is pretty cool. This is gonna, let's see if it works. Oh, that's kind of creepy. That is really creepy. I don't know if I like that a lot. It doesn't even look like me all the way. Well, I hope you find it. Yes, campfire stories. We were just listening to stories from the 50s on record, which was kind of fun. So yeah, so we've got Twisted Chaos, Justin, Dragon, and Tabati so far. Angela, if you'd like tarot read, please let us know. We'd be more than happy to do so. And I don't know, I don't particularly like this background for this because it feels a little too busy. And it's backwards. I'm seeing that. Is it backwards for you guys? Our um our new show that we're doing is called Ink, Ash, and Witchcraft, and it is where we're starting with encyclopedias of like witchcraft and spells and stuff. We're opening the book to a random page. Whatever we land on, we are going to learn about and research and do stuff. Our first one was real fun. We were editing it now, so it will be hopefully ready soon to release, and very exciting. But it's gonna be fun. Yeah, Dragon. I thought it would be backwards, so that's unfortunate. And Angelo, no pressure. You absolutely don't have to. You're more than welcome to. How about we put you on the list to hold you a spot? And if you get to the point and you're like, nah, I don't really want it, just let us know. Perfectly fine. We get it. So it is backwards, Rook, just for the record. People are viewing it and seeing it in reverse. From what
mine shows right.
Because yours is showing correct.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's okay. I'm going to leave it backwards because, character and all that.
That's really
strange.
Yeah, I don't know because it is correct. And it's got to be a setting of mine, I'm sure.
Maybe if you flip it, we'll figure out how to flip it. It'll show right. Show it backwards for you, and it'll show. Because on mine, it shows backwards, but it shows normal on YouTube. So.
Yeah, mine shows backwards in both. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll be up to. We have so much we're up to, Tabati. We also we're doing our show tomorrow, of course, our Sunday show, but I'm sure you can tell that these are AI photos because that's not my upper lip. And that's not how my teeth look. It's like...
I
see that a dog has blessed my Tarot of Neo-Fiction card.
Yeah, they did. Oh, I forgot to share.
I don't like that.
Oh, God, I hate when it does this. Runic Tarot is what I'm using. It's doing all this, special stuff to give me the background, but the Runic Tarot is the tarot I'm using tonight. This is one of my favorites. I love the Runic Tarot. I don't use it a whole lot because my standard tarot... Okay, you're picking me up, Rook.
Oh.
Because my standard tarot is the Steampunk, among others. I think I just hit... I think it was actually, truly 475 tarot decks. Oh. Now, I would say about 425 different decks because I have a lot of duplicates where, I have a mini for one that I really love. And all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll do some readings. Now I'll share with you guys my personal take on how tarot works. I do absolutely believe that we are all connected, and I believe in that connection as we make that those connections, and we have the connections to the universe that we can connect to each other in very meaningful ways. I do not believe tarot tells the future. I do believe it's the universe allowing us to tune into each other and gather information that can be very helpful to growth and to working on things that are coming in our future. So I don't really believe in a cartomancy style, I'm going to divine your future and tell you what's going to happen, because I absolutely believe in free will, but I believe that we are all connected in a way that allows us to have that connection, gather some things that are meaningful to you directly, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You can be like, oh, that's phooey. Throw it in the trash. You can say, oh, that's very intriguing. I'll learn about that or pay attention to that. Rook, since this is our first tarot back in, what's your take on tarot? Tarot.
Well, I get it because it kind of, when you focus on it, it kind of brings out things that reminds you of things that you know the answers to. I feel like it's a good self-help tool in a way. And I am using the tarot. Oh, it's not going to show. I hate that. I may have to turn that freaking background off.
Yeah, I will too.
Tarot of Neofiction by Unexplained Possibilities, actually. Let me go in here and turn it off. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to turn our blurs and backgrounds off for right now, just so that the tarot cards can come through clear, which is fine.
Okay, now let's try
We're
it.
pretty
There we
low-key
go.
people. We don't need a whole lot of stuff. So Runic Tarot, really, really good deck. So
And Tarot of Neofiction, which I'm going to say and believe that Unexplained has a new deck coming out soon.
Paranormal.
Oh, Paranormal.
Kelvin, guys, thanks for joining us late. Now, this doesn't mean you can ditch out on us tomorrow. Y'all gotta show up if you can. I get it. Tonight is straight tarot. We're going to be reading back and forth between the two of us. So I'm going to try to be kind of quiet so that Rook's mic doesn't pick me up too much. And we'll go back and forth on that. So we're going to start. We're going to get rolling. Twisted Chaos is actually up first. We will take today a little bit slower than we do on our Sunday show because we're going to be reading a little bit deeper. So we want to make sure that you're present. If we call your name and you don't respond in 15-30 seconds, we'll just move you to the next person. We will come back to you. But it is important that that we know that you're ready so we can get our little connections hosted and move forward. So Kelvin, we got you, sir. Queen Dragon. All right, so Twisted Chaos, are you available?
How many are we pulling? 3?
We're just gonna back and forth pull until we shouldn't pull anymore. One at a time, back and forth, I think. Or do you want to do 3 and then switch?
You're fine.
I don't care either way. I like both ways. All right. Oof. All right, so I don't know how long our delay is, to be honest. I'm hoping it's not too crazy. I haven't used this deck in a really long time, so we'll give it some good shuffling. But we're gonna go Twisted Chaos going once before we hop down. Twisted Chaos going twice. Twisted Chaos going thrice. Late to her own party. Talk about Twisted. All right, so Twisted and Justin kind of come as a pair. So we're going to jump down just one row. Oh, there she is. Good. Look at that. Last minute. As usual. She'll be late to her own funeral. Yeah, Paranormal, we got you too. A-R-A. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Paranormal is always nice. Alright, Twisted Chaos. Let's see what your first card is. The first card from the Runic Tarot. I think we pulled this one. We might have pulled this for you earlier, actually, in this week. The Queen of Wands. We pulled it for somebody, that's for sure. I remember. The Queen of Wands is a really cool card about love, kindness, and joyfulness, and this whole really nice feeling of things being moving in a forward motion. Sometimes it can mean popular, like things are going well, things are feeling positive at home. This also means that there's some control going on in the home and in the world of your career. So we're starting off with a really strong indicator that you are moving very positively in a career and home-based motion. So things are really good to get going started. probably a message that if your boss says you're wrong, just tell him you're right, because the Queen of Wands is always right when she's making her decisions at work. So keep doing what you're doing the way you're doing it, Queen. That's what we're starting with. What do you got, Rook, next?
All right.
Hey, from the Tarot of Neofiction, first I have Illumination. It will be revealed. Something will click this week, and you're going to be like, wow, dang, okay, it was there. I get it. A big reveal. A big reveal. Maybe not about a big situation, but something will be made clear this week. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cough on you guys. Illumination. Right. That's a big sun over a big city.
All right, and your card
Big
number
titties.
card number 3 is King of Swords. So we've got another court card for you, Twisted. So we've gone from the Queen, and now we've gone to the King. And now the King of Swords is a little bit different. King of Swords is all about a reminder to be authentic. So when you're doing what you're doing, this is a reminder, and you are one of the most authentic people I know. So this is kind of this reminder and push to just maintain that authenticity. Don't let things kind of move you in a negative direction. The King of Swords, I love this card. He's in absolute complete control. You know, swords are a lot of opportunities and strengths, and can be very difficult cards because there's so much about them that can get in our way, but it's always going to end in strength. And so he is saying, in addition to your Queen of Wands being really forward moving and working in a great direction, especially at work, the King of Swords is like you're making good decisions. You have these new authentic ideas and things that are really going to bring positivity to your workplace and positivity to your professional life. In other words, these two cards together, even if we add them with Rook's cards that he's pulled so far, these are absolutely positive cards about you as an individual making good choices and moving forward and being in control. So you are absolutely on a good path with these two cards. Rook, what's your number 2?
All right, 2 is in Snarl. So in Snarl, again, something is going to be revealed this week, and in Snarl just reminds us to kind of, pause maybe a little bit and think about things from the before jumping to a decision, but don't get too caught up. There are people, see that helicopter there, there's people that are kind of watching, and they may be just silently checking out and see kind of what decisions you're going to make. So think about it, maybe look at it a little bit differently, but stick to your gut and don't linger on it too long, because it's going to be revealed, the answer.
And is it, if I'm not mistaken, is that the one that's oh, I forgot, I'm muted. Is that the card that's similar to or related to the Hanged Man?
It is.
Yeah. I love Melvin. So if you guys don't know, I think Rook has mentioned it. This is Unexplained Possibilities deck. I love his take on these cards, and especially the Hanged Man as in Snarl, because when we say Hanged Man, usually we're thinking of things that we give up to grow, or things that we, sacrifice so that we can get a new perspective and be a forced change. But when you think of it as in Snarl, it's kind of like this don't get in a trap kind of thing. So he gives it a whole new meaning, which I absolutely love. But your third and final card for me is yet another court card. And I am shuffling between, by the way, and I'm cutting. So there's no way these are coming together. So we have the Knight of Wands. So we're back in Wands. Wands, in this case, is definitely career related because of the cards we're pulling. When we do our tarot, when we pull cards for you guys on the Sunday show, it's just one card. So there's not a lot of context. We're getting a lot of context here. So this for me is absolutely related to you, your progress, and what you're doing to move things along. And it is absolutely, this is a career related discussion. Now the Knight is a little bit different. And it is a reminder that despite this, the Queen that you had earlier, that there's good things happening. And the King of Swords, she's like making good decisions and remaining authentic. The Knight is a reminder to not be too hasty. So sometimes with all of this really heavy court motion that you've had a Queen, a King, and a Knight. So these are the top 3 court positions. You might want to remind yourself to slow down a little bit, and that you can be in the passenger seat sometimes when it comes to these things. You don't have to be in full force at the front to make sure that you're perceived properly. The Knight tends to show up, Knight of Wands specifically tends to show up for me when things are moving very fast and we feel like we have to be perfect and on top of it all the way. And then we start making hasty decisions. So I would consider that when you're doing things, take a little bit of a break, make sure you take a breather, make sure that you settle down a little bit while you kind of pattern through all of these different things. So that is the tarot from the the Runic Tarot. And Rook will finish us off with a final card here. These are their 3 from me.
All right, so the final card for you this week or tonight is the Recluse. So something's going to be revealed. You're going to have to look at things a little bit differently, but don't relay on it too long. And then you just need to sit with it. After things have been revealed, after you've considered and thought about it, then you just need to have some quiet. You need to maybe go to the beach, go somewhere and just sit with it a minute.
Yep.
It's in order. All right.
So, I mean, I just have to say,
Oh, they're backwards.
that's okay. Those are all majors, aren't they?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So when
I usually a lot, but they have been shuffled.
So we talk about when we do, and even earlier just a minute ago, but again, Sunday show, blah, blah, blah. We talk about how what we see and don't see as trends in the cards are also just as, you can see the dog in the background. She's so cute. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Piper. She's so cute. I love her. You can see our living room. If you've ever wanted to hang out with us in our living room, now you are. But the trends in the cards are just as important as the cards themselves and have lots of meaning, and also what's in the cards and what isn't in the cards. So and we're going to point out a couple of things and trends for you, Twisted Chaos, to think about, and then we're going to move on to Justin. What I want you to think about what we didn't see in those cards. We did not see any cups. So we're not having emotional conjectures or emotional issues. We didn't see pentacles, so we're not having financial issues that are at least needed to be focused on. We are having wands and swords, so we are having decisions, careers, passions, and those things forward. We had all court cards on my side. All court cards are meaning the focus is on you. The spotlight is on you to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. And then Rook having all majors means that these are all major changes for you. These are major things that are happening. So it is going to be very important to stay grounded and be restful. So no matter what I do when I'm going to shuffle these cards, like I'm shuffling them backwards for some reason. It's very strange. Justin is up next, and then we'll move to Dragon after Justin. So let's get a dial in. Rook, do you want to start this time, and then I'll follow?
All right, sounds good. Really?
Sorry.
You're scaring the spirit away.
Lama, 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 lama,
You're
lama.
definitely scaring the spirits away. If there should be here.
There are some here.
I'm feeling like like Loki's here behind me.
Ooh. Auem swimade, foki afgalande, huvar up come harder hit load.
That is really scary.
Somebody in the chat knows who that is.
Alchemist.
Huvar up come harder hit load. Auem
Right.
swimade, foki afgalande. Don't judge me. If anybody's wondering, I am not as good as Heilung, but they're amazing.
You're better.
Haha, funny, cute, thanks.
You're better.
All right, Justin, I'm shutting up.
Use me. All right. So, from the Tarot of Neofiction, we find redemption. All right. So, it's kind of like a revelation, redemption. Kind of from things or freedom, I think, this week from ideas, past, maybe way of thinking, maybe moving forward this week. Redemption. What do you have, sir?
Who are you? So we were both muted on that one. All right, so our first card for Justin over here from the Runic Tarot, which I know is pretty close to you here. We're going to call this, now they're not always the same. I can't remember the suits in this deck particularly, but this is a 7. I'm going to call it of shields here. I'm going to look it up real quick. I just want to make sure because I like decks that kind of call things different. I don't want to call it incorrectly. So, shields. Okay, yeah, they do call them the shields. All right. So this is the 7 of shields, which would be pentacles. I like calling it what the actual deck calls it, right? So let me get a little image up here. Ooh, that looks neat, doesn't it? So we got the 7 of Pentacles. I like to call them my Pentacles, right? So the 7 of Pentacles is a reminder not to hesitate, not to, kind of start out and then stop. It's if you have to make a decision about something, or if you're thinking about something, or if you're working on something, you need to not hesitate. You need to go ahead and do it. Don't hold yourself back and don't hold back on it. This is a go for. It means that there's a lot of hard work, but you will waste all of that hard work if you don't jump in it and go ahead and start moving forward with it. 7s are pretty interesting cards just in general throughout the tarot because they come right after at the edge of like when things become towards the end of a cycle. And they're also kind of the feeling of coming out of the hard part, right? So that's where 7s come in. The 5s are really difficult. The 6 are a lot of work. The 7s are kind of like, okay, I'm coming out of this. I'm starting to feel like there's a place to go here. And it's like, don't hesitate, because if you hesitate now, you will trip and fall. So keep moving forward, and we're going to see what some of the other cards say and see if we can parse that out.
All right, next for you, kind sir, I have 6 of flowers. Flowers.
Lands.
Are earth, coins, pentacles. And 6 of flowers are reminding us it's equal giving and receiving this week, reciprocity. So if you've got the coffee for your coworker last week and they offer it's their turn, let them buy it. Don't over give or be over generous. Equal, give and receive this week. 6 of flowers.
Flowers.
The
flowers.
That actually goes with my new hat. I'm so mad I got my headset on and I can't show y'all my new hat. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow when I don't have this headset on for my new hat.
So we've got the 4 of Wands here. So we're getting a lot of wands tonight. Also, interestingly, I don't know my runes very well, but I have been working on them. I'm pretty sure that's Berkana, which is also referencing to Strength Birch. This is actually one of my favorite runes. It's one of the only ones I actually know a little bit about. So Birch is, I believe, what most people say the name is of it. I know there's a lot of, people aren't exactly sure of everything. But anyway, this is the 4 of Wands. And so the 4 of Wands is kind of telling us that we are in a success mode. We are moving in a positive way, and we're having hard work moving us forward. This fits really interestingly with our previous one with the shields here, the 7, because that 7 of shields is much more kind of specific to financial things and things that we own, being very successful and secure. And then Wands takes us into more of a career-based thing. So things are going very solidly. And a lot of times this actually comes up when there is, some need for a forward movement, promotion, a step up or something in addition to what you're normally doing. May not mean more money per se as a 4 of Wands, but it does mean more security in job and work. So a very cool card to be following, because this is a very, for a Wands card, this is a very pentacle energy. Or shield energy for this deck. So you're kind of getting this double dose of don't stop, don't hesitate, keep moving, forward motion, success is driving forward. So these are all really positive symbols.
All right.
And I bring up the patriarchy of pearls or cups, So not only are you gotta be balanced with giving and taking this week, and a revelation of an idea or a thought, but you remain in control of your emotions this week. You're wise. You're level-headed. You aren't gonna fly off the handle. Your emotions don't rule you this week, and it's just a reminder to keep that control.
And I just realized that I hope his mic picked me up because I was muted through part of that. So I'm just going to go back and repeat a little bit of it. The Four of Wands is a supplement to that 7 because it's a really pentacle card that's not a pentacle, right? It's all about careers and passions and moving forward, but it's also about success and positivity. So these two cards go really, really well together, along with what Rook has pulled, and speak to the do not hesitate, the move forward, the you got to do stuff positively. You've got to, if you hesitate, you could fall. And then if you don't, you'll have this success that follows it. And again, doesn't necessarily mean more money or more financial success. It just means more stability of things. And that is going to be further brought to you by the One of Horns. Now, interestingly, the horns are basically kind of the cups of the runic tarot, and the One of Horns, or Ace of Horns, I should say, is kind of like the Ace of Cups. This is our first cup card, I think, tonight, unless Rook, you pulled one, I wasn't paying attention. This is a Horn of Plenty idea. Patriarchy. Okay, so you had a king, basically, right? So we're moving to this this ace energy, this cups energy, I should say. And this is like representation of what we call the Horn of Plenty, the beginning of things being positive and moving forward for you. So really, really cool way to end a reading that has this whole success. This is a very positive success energy for me. And it's really saying, go for it, do it, feel good. It's the right time to do the things that you think will advance you or move you forward. It's a very, very good alignment of energy. And ending with the Horn of Plenty there, the ace, is huge. Now, I will just share, I hope that gives you some input and some information, but what I would like to say is when tarot comes up and gives like these thoughts and ideas and things to think about, it's really, really interesting to see how some of the cards play off of each other. So take it in, see if it gives you any information, any positive motion, and then like to see where that goes. It's a very positive process though, like ending on, that's what I was going to say. I got sidetracked in my head. The aces, a lot of people see them as just beginnings or like the planting of the seed or the start of something, which I think is really true. But the aces also embody the whole element, not just the beginning. It embodies, and it can be any part of that element. It's almost like a stem cell to me. So really interesting way to look at aces if you read. Kind of keep that in your mind too. It's not just the seed that eventually will grow. It's the stem cell that can really differentiate into anything. So when it comes up, it can often mean that that energy is almost like a charging quartz crystal to power everything. So, all right. Dragon is up next. Dragon dancer.
Yeah, dragon.
Earlier, when I saw your name on something, I'm like, why am I just reading this as Dragonal Chemist? Dragonal Chemist. I liked it. I am way too hyper for 10:48 p.m. Y'all. I hope I can get up for tomorrow. Dragon. We got Dragon, and then we have Tabati up after Dragon. Rawr. I love that song by Ailung. Huvar okam hara hitlot. You already understand the language of the sword. And then Narupo is another favorite of mine. I love Narupo. I want to listen to them again. I wonder if they have a vinyl we can get to support them, since I didn't get to see them live. Alright, Dragon. Ugh. Tabati, I am in the same energy. The full moon, since the full moon, I've been messed up. My sleep has been off, and I don't have trouble sleeping. It's been terrible. Alright. I'll go first on this one. Dragon. I swear to God, I'm shuffling. I promise. I promise. Kelvin, you are not last. You are second to last. But we've got Dragon currently, then Tabati, Angelo, and then you. And Paranormal. So we'll get there. We promise. I'll try not to talk so much in between because I'm so hyper. But your first card for us tonight, Dragon Alchemist, is Le Knight of Wands. So I'm pulling all court cards. So I am bringing the insight energy, right? These are looking at yourself and seeing what happens. Again, the Knight of Wands can represent being a little too hasty, maybe moving a little too much, maybe being a little too ambitious, moving forward a little too fast with... She's chewing something I don't think she should be chewing. Can you check? I hear this dog and all the sounds she makes. She's doing something. But this is my Knight of Wands. It also can mean that there's a need to move into travel, into something else, whether it's physical travel, mental travel. It's needing to move somewhere. Like you're feeling a little bit like, oh, I gotta do something. Sometimes that energy can come up, but don't do it too hasty. Do it slow. Do it like in a method, in a process to it, and it'll benefit you very well. But this Knight of Wands, again, my court cards represent us and people. So he's just a little bit of a reminder not to be too hasty. There, she mad. You done? You done, Prem? So yeah, that's the start of this, is going to be this Knight of Wands. You know, look at yourself, make sure you're not being too hasty and running into too much.
All right. I have drawn for you first the Courier. You will be delivering or carrying an important message this week to someone. Take care to just deliver it with a heart, an intuition that you know what the message is. I like this card. First I thought he was walking through clouds, but it's trees.
Yeah. I like that card. I like all of those cards. All right, we're going to cut the deck again to get our second card here. Ooh. That is a hell of a card. I'm going to, again, look up to make sure, because I think do they call the wands in here too? Just want to double check. I think it is still the wands. They call the swords. Yeah, the wands are still wands. All right, I just want to make sure, guys. So, you can tell I don't use this deck too much. But this is, I don't know what it is about this card, but it's got me feeling some things. It's an ace. It's an ace of wands. The ace of wands is this new venture. We talked about it being at beginnings, but also remembering that it's the raw energy of the whole card. So think about that too. You can see that in here, right? You can see that is all fire. So it is everything that is fire. So to me, this is like, you need to bring the fire into something that you're doing. Maybe you've lost a little bit of the passion to do a thing that you're working on, or maybe something's getting ready to reignite that, but it's time to bring full on passion into whatever this thing is. And remembering that our Knight of Wands was also our other card here. Not doing it too fast, but doing it full, right? So you can do things fully without having to do them too fast. To take your time with it, but invest in whatever that is, because something is needing your time and your energy to really make it what you want, so that you don't disappoint yourself.
And I think I know what that energy just might be. It's that goddess energy. It's the goddess in you, the cleansing one. Christianity, which would be like Jesus Christ, but of course to us it is goddess. Bring that full on goddess energy. I can hear myself echoing. But so with that change, put that goddess energy into it. Like she's beautiful. You are a goddess.
It's because you so loud, son. So loud,
Well,
son.
that could be.
It is. All right, we got one more. I feel like one more card. Okay. So we have the Six of Wands. So this is very interesting because our Six of Wands is a little different than some of our other ones because it's really than other sixes, I should say. We take this card as like a message. So this is like I would say a courier too, kind of, right? So this is the flag bearer in this image, bringing forth the message of victory, of success, of I have won, and it's okay to feel like I am doing good at something. Maybe historically we self-deprecate. Maybe we're not really used to planting our flag and saying that this is really good, but it's time to do that, and that will really help move forward. It'll really help us go to the next step. I see the symbol in here, and I know some people will have a reaction to that, but it is not the symbol. Well, even that symbol isn't the symbol that it really is, but this one is a symbol of signifying not just victory, but victory and togetherness. Because I won, we win. So take the victory lap, accept that you're okay and you're good at it and the thing was great to do, and put that passion and fire into it and move it forward. That is for me.
And I lastly pull the Eight of Pearls, and it's just I get the feeling about leaving things that are heavy. It may be hard to walk away from or take a break this week. Something that might be draining on emotionally, not a physical tiredness, but might need to walk away from something that's a little heavy this week. From your 8 pearls that you've got going on.
8 pearls.
8 pearls.
Pearl. All right. Thank you, Dragon, for letting us pull some cards for you. Tabati.
Yes, thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Chaos.
Tabati is up next, and then Angelo will be after Tabati, and then Kelvin, and then Paranormal. That is the way we will go.
You're muted. Who's next?
Yeah, see, that is so bad. We've got to figure that out so that we don't have to keep doing this, because I will mess it up every time. Tabati is next, followed by Angelo, and then we'll have Kelvin and Paranormal after that. So Tabati is up. And let's see what we get. We have an 8 of Swords to get started with Tabati. So I mentioned earlier, swords are kind of this energy of usually opportunities and decisions. A lot of people really are afraid of the swords, and some of them are quite difficult and have to be managed, but there is always a lesson to be learned with the swords. The 8 of Swords generally brings in this idea of maybe and unfortunately feeling a little bit of helplessness in a situation where there's decisions to be made and you are not the decision maker, but you're going to have to live with the results in some way, shape, or form. Even if not directly you, it's going to affect you. So all you can kind of do is just support and be present. A lot of times the 8 shows up when, hush, guys, not you, hush, dogs. A lot of times the 8 of Swords shows up when we have just gotten through a really difficult time and we're feeling like the crisis is finally resolving a little bit, but still I'm not able to make the change that I need to make. So this is the 8 of Swords for you. She's not the easiest card in the deck, but she has a message and she has something to teach you. So just keep at it and keep working at it. And, you know, if you're maintaining a really good positive attitude, then things will go well for you. That's a magical dog, isn't it?
She is so wonderful. She's wonderful. Do you know what her full name is?
Mademoiselle, ma petite poissette astra. You got bad breath, honey. You can't kiss me.
She does, but she's so sweet. Oh, she's so sweet.
She's my lap buddy.
Sorry, hold my cards here real
All
quick.
right, I shall mute. I'm glad you guys can still hear me, but
Yeah, they said they can still hear you. All right. I have got. These are so cool. I don't know what they're called. Staves. Staves the four of. I would call them normally ones. I can't say that word. I'll say staves.
the walking sticks.
Four walking sticks. So
Four of wooden nails. I don't know.
it's time to celebrate, feast, dance around that fire. Cauldron lit. Celebrate this week. Even if it's just you and a friend. It's time to, for much joy this week, celebrate and gratitude. And who knows, you might have something new to celebrate.
I may need more light over here the next time we do this because I'm throwing cards all over the place.
I know, it's hard for me to see too.
All right. Card numero 2/3, right? Interestingly, I'm not pulling a lot of majors, any majors really, which is rare. So we have the Five of Swords. So another Swords is coming up to Batty. So this is unfortunately feeling like there's some struggles that still have to be surmounted. And the Five of Swords is the stalemate. Like nobody's winning. We have matched forces and things that are difficult or happening for you. Just you're not winning, but you're not losing, and it's kind of stressful to kind of feel like you're stalemated and you're stuck, and you're just in this place where, you know, the scales are equal, and so there doesn't seem to be anybody coming out on top. But what it also means is that it's time to move forward, or you should be ready to move forward. The fives are right smack in the middle of the tarot, and they often let us know that the next step is coming because cycles always continue. And so as the cycle continues, the stalemate will resolve and you will progress. So that is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords.
I like that swords. I have drawn the 10 pearls. Wow. So just fulfillment this week. Like you may keep thinking, my God, how can things be this good? And it's not anything to be suspicious of. Just be in the joy, be fulfilled, and look at the wonder around you. And emotionally, you are just on top of the world. You're floating on under a waterfall, apparently, with a rainbow in the background. Pretty.
Oh. All right. And interestingly, we just mentioned.
It's hard for me to see these.
Interestingly, as I just mentioned, I haven't pulled any majors, and guess what? We pulled a major. We pulled the World. The World is a really, really awesome major to pull because it's completion. It's the finale. It's the big end of the story. That means things went well. I've completed. But what the World also means is that I'm feeling good about this movement, but I'm also going to be starting on a new journey soon. I get to rest a minute first, but I get to move on and around to this next new thing. And so this next new thing is going to be feeling like I've kind of went back a little bit, but it's still new. It's still this new thing for you. And you'll have fun with it. You'll be able to enjoy it. You'll be able to walk through it. But just know that for the moment, all of those things that we mentioned leading up to here, all those swords are leading you to exactly where you need to be. And it's going to be a great way to move forward. Just make sure that you pull that energy in that we talked about of the six, of this stalemate, and allowing yourself to know that it's going to move forward. And then our five here, that also kind of tells us that these things are potentially stuck, but we have this opportunity. So the World it's considered one of the most positive cards in the deck, including the Sun, or well, second to the Sun probably. But it has more of that. While it's still bright, it's more of that all right, we got this. You know, this is good. It's time to start taking what I learned and move on to the next thing. So, very great end energy there after some difficulties and some opportunities.
All right, and I pull. It's hard to see the font. Well, you might can see it here. The Enchanting Lord. All right, so, this week, are the eyes black? Oh, he's got glasses on. Ah, just be aware on the lookout for this dude. He may talk a good game, but if something, I would say this card's telling me if something feels too good to be true, there might be a cost to doing it. So just keep an eye out for the Enchanting Lord. He may be enticing, but is the apple poison?
Apple poison. All right. Well, I hope that gets some guidance and some energy down for you, Tabati. The cards hath speaketh tonight. Next up will be Angelo, followed by Kelvin, and then
Angelo.
Paranormal, and I'm
Kelvin.
still muted again.
Angelo.
Thank you. So if you guys don't know, Rook and I's computers back up to each other. So I'm like right here. That's why you can hear us on the same mic and why we have this trouble back and forth. We used to be in separate rooms, but we converted our game or our studio into a Zen room so that we have a place to kind of meditate. And it's a room full of pillows on the floor and little stargazer thingies. So, two plundering pagans. I love that. Makes me feel like a pirate.
Yes.
Arr.
This reminds me of the Twitch day, like Twitch.
It does.
Twitch we used to do this.
Twitch.
It really does. That's a lot of fun.
What letter do pirates hate? Or love, sorry. What letter do pirates love? What letter do pirates love? This is a joke. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think? Do you think Rook is correct? Is it R? Is it R? Pirates love R, yes, but you see, it's the sea they truly love.
Well, I'll be damned. I was wrong. That's a good one.
I love that one. That's a good twist, isn't it? All right, Angelo, sorry, we're playing around. Angelo's up next. Again, we are doing a general read. Unless you have something specific, you can throw it in there. Rook, I think, did I start the last one?
I
don't remember.
think so. I don't remember though.
You want to kick off, Angelo? Arr, but it's the sea they love the most.
Let's see. Let's see if I can get my cards together tonight. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I love this one. This is my favorite card of this deck actually. The Tarot Neofiction. It's beautiful. I wish you could see all the purples. It's the Conjurer. Man, you are working your stuff this week. Take awe in your magic and doing your work. You've got everything you need to make stuff happen this week, Sir Angelo. The Conjurer tells you to do that ish. It's time. You got what you need. You can do it. Make it happen. I love that card. The Conjurer.
Conjurer in traditional tarot is the Magician, which is my literal favorite card in the entire deck. It's always the Magician, followed by... Do you know who my second favorite is?
The High Priestess.
The High Priestess. Those two together.
But what do you think about the Conjurer?
I love the Conjurer, and I love how we have the different colors of smoke, kind of representing the different things, because the Magician or the Conjurer always has everything that he needs, and he has to manifest, and that's... You fail if you don't manifest, right? That's one of the really important things. All right. All right, Angelo, we've got the 6. You see that? 6 of Swords? That's hard to see. Let me back it up a little bit. All right, so the Six of Swords is a little bit different. What you see is this gentleman in a boat, and the idea of a Six of Swords is a place, like an actual physical journey. We have to go somewhere to get something to happen. We have to move forward to get something to take us where we need to go, even if it's just literally like going to a park or something. It can often mean if you're feeling tired and overworked at work, it can often mean you need to take a break. You need to take some time off and rest and recuperate. But often it means you need to go to a place, go to a meaningful place that has some really important meaning to you so that it can let you kind of refocus on the journey and the things that make you happy. The Six of Swords is the happiest swords card there is. And it really wants us to kind of leave things behind and just let it all go and be like, I'm going to take a step out. I'm going to get on the kayak. I'm going to go out into the water, or I'm going to take a hike through the forest, and I'm going to look at the lightning bugs, which I haven't seen lightning bugs in so long. But that is really important. And the Six of Swords is to take the journey, to take the progress. The steampunk one, Six of Swords, has a steampunk lady that's in a hot air balloon, which is really cool. So there's always a mode of transportation. And if you're familiar with that, transportation usually means decisions, movements, activity, and motion. And it often can mean crossroads, or there's decisions that need to be made, which is pretty standard for the swords.
Well, I also pulled what would be equivalent to the swords. I pulled the two of knives. And as you're getting away to this place, you need to leave behind if something's been bothering you, trying to make a choice of things. It's really not to be the focus this week. You're getting away from it, and they're kind of equal. There's not a bad choice. So as you're getting away, take quiet time to ponder about what's weighing on your mind, but don't give it too much time. You're getting away from it. He's literally walking away from those choices because there's really not a wrong answer. So enjoy your time away. Enjoy your peace this week, and just know that whatever you decide is the right thing.
Can you see the card I pulled?
That's a beautiful card.
Come harder, hit low.
It almost looks like the Huntress also in Dead by Daylight.
It does, but it's a Two of Swords.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. So Two of Swords is also a cool card for me. I'm going to take, Rook's interpretation. Mine's a little bit different. For me, I'm getting this need for making decisions, and that they are hard decisions. I always think back to my other tarots. My favorite tarot deck, the Steampunk Tarot, is the lady's on a tightrope. She's blindfolded, and she's having to make these decisions without having all the information that's needed, but she's going to make the right decision. So this is just, don't be afraid of it. You do have decisions that you need to make them. Don't be afraid of them. Do it, and you'll be fine. Even if you feel like you don't have all the information, it's going to help you get through it, and you will be through. The Two of Swords for me is often showing up when you feel like you have no way to win. It's a lose-lose situation. But really, when you think about it, we always have decisions, even if they're not great decisions. We have the opportunity to make those decisions. So it's going to be hard, but do it, and you'll be fine. And to Batty, it's Heilung.
Decisions must be made.
Decisions must be made.
I have Demise, and it's another beautiful card. And although decisions are difficult,
Oh my God.
difficult at time,
I'm not kidding. All right, sorry.
Motherfucker.
Oh, that is so weird. Go ahead.
But
Sorry.
So Demise, as Mystic said, decisions difficult have to be made, and sometimes you got to cut things out, move on, or transform, transition. But gotta make that decision, and it's hard to walk away, but you gotta do it. And this is such a positive card to me because I think I love the night and I love the moon, I love the imagery, and it's all about making those decisions that may be hard, but it's always a good thing, or a thing that I shouldn't say good thing, a thing that must be done, and you know it's the right thing to do. All right. And what card did you pull, Mystic Salon?
That's never happened before. That is really crazy.
Never, and not as long as I've known you, ever.
So the death, I mean, same thing. Death is, to me, it's a very positive thing. It marks transition. It marks movement and growth. We know that there's a lot of things that only come out of death, right? The things that are needed for life have to be available, and in order to get them available, death has to occur. And I think that's a really important and beautiful thing to happen. We just look at it from a tarot perspective as an opportunity to identify change and growth, and maybe cut off some of the rotting pieces. So again, with our other cards, the decisions needing to be made from the Two of Swords, and death meaning it's time to let something go. Like there is a piece of something that you're holding on to that just needs to go, needs to be gone. And death is always going to show up and help us understand that. And even if we think it's hard, difficult, or uncomfortable, it still has to be done, or growth doesn't happen. So I hope that's meaningful to you. It's very creepy to me to pull that like that. Not creepy, that's a bad word. I really enjoyed it. But we've never, that's crazy. We've never, I don't think we've ever even pulled the same card in a row, let alone two.
Never.
Like crazy. Jeez. All right, well, I hope that gave you some insight and something to think about. Kelvin will be up next, right?
Kelvin.
Followed by Paranormal, but Kelvin is up next.
We love Kelvin.
Yeah.
I hope you have had a good week, Kelvin.
Angelo, I hear you. Rook and I both were raised Southern Baptist in different states, Virginia Southern Baptist and Texas Southern Baptist, so we get it. But I will tell you, he's probably
Texas.
He's probably the better one to speak on this. But somebody that was a little bit of a mentor to him at one point, really shared and made me think about not dumping all of the things that you learn from that, but pulling some of it into your practice. Like, you don't have to fully break away. You can take things from it to help guide and adjust and change what you're doing to move forward. That was a very neat thing that she taught. I didn't hear it directly, but it affected me because she's like,
She's a very blunt person. Like, I did not expect to hear that from her.
Yeah, you still have the energy of it. You still had the time in it. Don't throw it away. It's valuable information to learn from. So I thought that was
Keep
pretty
the
neat.
parts of it that you resonate with. She said, don't just throw it all out, because there's parts that are good, and you just keep those. You don't have to take it all.
Like the whole pagan ritual of Catholicism and Christianity.
A little bit of, yeah. It'll be a little bit of eclectic, and just keep it from you. Keep those parts to you that are sacred. Oh yeah, that's interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mary.
Mother, can you hear me? All right. Kelvin, let's see what we got for you, Mr. Sir. Fine, sir. Are you kidding me again? I'm shuffling over here, I promise. Knight of Wands, third time tonight. Again, maybe this is a message for all of us, including myself. When trends, we talked about trends, right? Things kind of coming up, and how they kind of make us move, and how these different trends of what is there is just as important as what isn't there, and vice versa. I'm starting to think that maybe all of us might need to look at our hastiness and dial it down a bit. So the Knight of Wands is on fire. He is on his horse. He's on a steed. He is moving. He's going full speed ahead. And sometimes we're hasty and we might make mistakes. A lot of times all of the knights have a lot of ambition, and they want to grow, and they want to go too much, too far, too fast, too quickly, because they think they're ready to be the queen and the king, but they're not, right? So I think this is really a message for all of us, that we need to really make sure that we're not being too hasty, and we might need to slow down just a little bit. Make sure we can be ambitious, but make sure that we have it under control and that we have the power and energy to do the path that we're talking about. And that's it first for me. That guy likes to.
Right.
The knight is wanting to come out and hang out.
So hang out. Well, sir, I pulled the one or ace, one of pearls, and this is just a beautiful card to me. This is telling me you only see her. She's walking with herself, with her beautiful pearl, and I feel that this is talking about a new love or emotional appreciation of self this week, which maybe you haven't felt in quite this way or in a while. So it's a new love of self in a new way. And that's beautiful.
There is, I hate being, by the way. Being sucks. You can go to Google and search and find exactly what you need immediately. And then I lied because it's not on here. There is a song on Fiona Apple's Tidal album that has a lot of ocean and pearl references. And there's a one song called Sullen Girl, and that just reminded me of it. That's why that came up. Do they know that I used to sail the deep in tranquil seas, but they took my pearl and left an empty shell of me, is one of the phrases. So I get that feeling when you talk about any of the pearls, but especially the queen of pearls, because she's like, you took all these things from me, and you took the pearl that the irritation of life has made me develop, but I still persevered, and I'm still beautiful, and I'm still in control. It's just something that I get from that card a lot. Second card for you.
Awesome.
Second card I have for you, Kelvin, is another card that's a repeat. This is the Six of Swords. Again, journey. Six of Swords is a very clear message to take journeys, to move forward, to take steps, to go in a direction that takes you somewhere else. And it's always positive. And it always wants you to kind of think about leaving your problems behind you and not holding on to things. And you got to move forward. But again, we're talking crossroads. We're talking adaptation, change, and movement across something, maybe to a different side of something. But it can also mean something very close, just a moment to get away. But it needs to happen. I don't have a direct answer for you, but if I couple this with the Knight of Wands here, and we kind of think of these two cards together, you know, this not being hasty but still needing to move. Don't go too fast, but don't be stuck either. Just left foot, right foot, slow and steady wins the race. So there's this method of or message of needing to move forward, that we need to take those steps, but we just have to be careful that we're not too hasty. And there will be a very significant change coming up with the third card after Rook's done.
All right.
Right, and I pulled the illumination again. That's a yes. That is a yes. This is a great week and a good choice. When you have a decision to make and you think about this, it is a yes. It's go, it's happy, it's do it, and do it now. Do it now. Yes. Big yes.
And I have the card that everybody's afraid of in the tarot. Which, by the way, guys, if you're afraid of any cards in the tarot, it would be the 9 and 10 of Swords, really the 10 of Swords. But this is the Tower. This is a complete and obliterative change. The Tower shows up when a part of what we are used to needs to be broken down fully so that something can come in its place. It is an absolute card of change. It is, to me, a very positive change. It just feels difficult and stressful. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. This is so hard. But I have to do it. But 5 years from now, you're going to be like, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that change happened. So the Tower is coming up with this full, complete needing to redo and kind of rebuild a part of you and your life. So I would look at that. kind of take this along with everything else. I'm getting the journey, the motion, the movement. Don't push it too hard. Don't get stuck either. Keep moving forward. Take the journey, and then that whole thing is going to be a complete and utter change. So the Tower to me is a beautiful card. I haven't seen a single tarot where I don't get the feeling of the need for a difficult but positive change.
Yeah, I love the tower. So I pulled the 5 of knives, swords, and it's kind of like, you know, look at these guys. They're fighting. They're fighting with words. They're fighting with their hands. It's like, is the win really a win? And I don't want to really say just choose your battles, because it may be impossible to do so. You may be in a conflict this week that, yeah, I mean, it's unavoidable. But just remember, it may not be about winning the battle necessarily. And if you do win, is it a win? Can there really be a winner? And just appreciate and kind of take that in. I would think in how you handle the situation. If it's another person, you know, when you're in it. You know, it's one thing if they're attacking you viciously, of course, defend yourself and go all out, but be careful of being overly aggressive to win, because sometimes winning is losing. That's really what I get from that. I don't know if that means anything to you. But.
That's a beautiful interpretation of that card. Traditionally is the stalemate card, so that fits very well.
God, look at them. I mean, they're just like, it looks, and then people are just watching. How relevant is that today? People watching, and they would have phones, and instead of like trying to resolve it, like that's. I mean, I love that card. It just gave me chills, like I can feel it off that card.
I like that one. That's a good one, and I think people do get a negative feeling from it because people think of stalemate and they feel like, oh, that's just crappy, you know, because things are stuck or stale. But it really, really wants you to reevaluate and look at why you're doing what you're doing, what's the point and the purpose of what we're doing, and how can we change it. And it always represents, if there's a stalemate, that means at some point it will move forward.
Like, I know personally, I can even be angry and like dead set on something, and then when I feel like, oh, I really like, I got them or got the upper hand, and then sometimes it just doesn't feel good to have that, you know.
Yeah.
Even though if it's right, I think at times I feel like, well, shit, that's kind of shitty for the,
Yeah.
you know. But it's a powerful card. Oh, I forgot about that. I've never had that one come up to me like that.
I like that, Kelvin. I don't start fights, I finish them.
There you go.
That's the way to do it.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
And you know what? Sometimes if there's a fight that we feel like we didn't win, ultimately, there's a reason.
That energy was strong on that last one. That kind of zapped me a little bit.
Paranormal is up next.
PW.
PW.
Who's feeling better? She is the queen and the princess, all of one. She is the triple master of beauty and sweetness. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Let me connect to. That's how I connect to paranormal. And I connect to her because she is in a place that I connect to very well, like geographically.
Tahine? I think you should start this one.
Well, I will, okay? You just let me get these shuffled right till the energy feels settled, and I'll start it, okay?
Don't do that again.
Too much great.
Me too.
Let's see what you're gonna get. Yes, sir. You're welcome, Lord Kelvin. Let's see what.
I do enjoy doing these more detailed reads. I get a lot more out of them. That's nice. I feel good.
What should paranormal know? It was always so kind. I feel like you work every day, paranormal. Almost, you work a lot.
Seriously.
He works hard. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah, for paranormal. Oh, I love this word. All right.
So,
So,
adjudication.
adjudication.
I
I
love
love
this
this
word.
word.
Like,
Like,
I
I
guess
guess
that
that
would
would
become
become
like
like
justice
justice
in
in a
a way,
way,
but
but
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
in
In
this
this
sense,
sense, I get the idea that it's gonna, you know,
um,
um,
for
for
you,
you,
if
if
I
I don't know why I keep getting a guy or a male, but a male, like I keep seeing a guy come through.
so
So
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
have
have some
some kind
kind
of
of adjudication or balancing of the scales, so to speak, in terms of this male. Um, I don't know what that means, but it's coming to you, honey. All those, maybe it's because I was thinking about you working and working hard, and I think you do a lot for, your family, for the boys, and it's you're gonna get the the balance that is due to you, basically. Sorry, I'm high on cough syrup or something.
I think you're high on
Adjudication.
kratom.
I think I'm high on kratom, but adjudication. Your work is not in vain.
Ooh. All right. So paranormal. My nose is itching really bad. I'm trying not to sneeze. Our first card for you from me is the Page of Swords. So, Page of Swords is kind of like this, the mercurial message, right? The message of things that are coming forth for you. So this means that there is a message coming to you, and it's pretty obvious, and maybe we're not necessarily seeing it. Something is happening or changing or moving you in a different way than you're used to. And this is the messenger coming to you in the form of you. Like, you know what you need to do, or you know what the next step is, but you're just having a hard time pushing yourself to it. Be very open right now to the universe telling you things. Don't think of things as coincidences. Think of them as, okay, what does this mean to me? What does this teach me? Or what does the lack of this thing teach me or bring to me? Because there's a message coming. It's all around you, and it's important for you to get the message. If you want to kind of bring in more Page of Swords energy, like you want to be able to see that message better, try to look at things in different like perspectives. Right now we're in what, waning moon phase. So if you go out at certain times of the night when the moon is kind of a little brighter, and then go look out at the same thing during the day, you should be able to see some contrast. So think of it that way, looking at what's around you and kind of trying to see different contrasts and different things that are in your world that might be able to help you and help you maybe see where that message is and what the universe is trying to tell you. And there's going to be some more messages from this tarot too. So the first thing is, the message in the world is around you, and it's there for you to see. We just need to find a different way to look at it that might work better for you.
All right, so my dear, I pull the Three of Canes or Three of Staves. Look, this, you've got the big, beautiful full moon behind you. It's about not being not being patient. You see this dude on the moped at night, or a lady, which could be a lady, and she's passing by these three canes. She's not going. She's looking ahead. She's looking forward. And to me, going at night, she's continuing to work on whatever it is in the direction she's going. She's moving forward at night. She's got the big moon behind her. She can see, even though it's dark. She's got the little light on her moped, and she is being patient, but she's moving forward. And it's about actually starting to work and manifest those things in real life. What you're working on, slow and steady, I get, is the race, and patience. Just be patient. Keep on working.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
All right, my second card for you, paranormal, is the Five of Shields. So this is back into the Pentacles. The Five of Shields or Pentacles is it's a difficult card. I like what you see here. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but you see some kind of like organized things behind. I don't know if that's a house or living quarters, but there's just a lot of people back there, and you see this one person who's not really part of it. In my traditional tarot meetings that my other tarot decks and most tarot decks, what you see is this usually a woman, sometimes with a child, walking away from the church in the snow. And the idea behind it is that you need to get away from something that is supposed to be good for you, but if you don't, it will break you. But it's more difficult to take that hard road. So if you think about like the running away from the stained glass windows is a symbolism of needing to get away from the church. The church is supposed to be good for you, but you need to get away from it because your child needs something else. So you're willing to weather the storm to get somewhere else because that child is meaningful to you and that this is a false need. So I would say, from a feeling kind of lost perspective that you mentioned, this is a very strict or staunch, bright, clear message that says, if you feel that something's not right for you, leave it. Do not let it hold you back because you think somebody else needs you there or because somebody else thinks that it's right for you. You need to get away from those things because they won't grow you and they will continue having you feel stuck. So make sure that you pull that into it, right? And that you are looking at this from the perspective of, what can I do to pull away from the thing that's actually dragging me down? You know what it is, whatever it is. And you keep thinking, maybe I should stay, maybe it's better, maybe I can do it, but it's not. It's more important for you to pull away and just build what's right for you.
Well,
I can see that with mine as well. I pulled another cane. It's a 10 of canes. So, look, it's too much shit, man. Like, it's you're carrying. Look at he's carrying a big old. I call it a army sack.
Rucksack.
A rucksack. It's impossible to go very far with it, and it's time to start letting some of that go. You're getting to the end of that carrying those heavy burdens. If you will delegate and let some of it go, let it go. And the heavy time of carrying all that crap, you feel like its burdens will be you'll find relief from it. See all them canes he's already taken down. Some of the canes left him there. He just needs to empty his sack now a little bit. Well, that sounded bad. He needs to. He needs to.
Only when you say it like that.
Get rid of some of the things that he's carrying. Get rid of some of his load. Get rid of some of the items he has in his rucksack, so that it will be easier to continue forward. How about that?
All right, Rook in his rucksack.
All right.
So the final card I have for you, Paranormal, is one of the, I think, most beautiful cards in the way that it kind of teaches and reminds us of, no matter what's going on,
Beautiful.
we have a
Wow.
full embodiment of abundance and security. So the Empress really embodies growth and the ability to build something out of what seems like nothing. It's not nothing, but it feels like it sometimes. So we have the things that we need, and we can transform those things from one thing to another. Take it, mom. Mom transforms food into baby, right? The baby grows as the mom eats and takes in oxygen and it respirates and breathes. Mom is taking wool and spinning it into yarn, and then she's making clothes out of it. Mom is in the forest, and she's holding the family together and developing a family out of just people. So this is the reminder of the abundance of things that we have, and that things will turn in a way that are positive for us and that move forward. But we have to recognize that we are the holders of that abundance, not somebody else. We can't rely on somebody else to give us abundance. We have to rely on ourselves to learn how we can make things and feel abundant and transform those things into a positive need. So this is a really pretty, I like this Empress because it's a little more direct than some of the other ones.
It's very pretty.
A lot of other tarots have abundance as just, a pregnant woman. This, I like the idea of of having the baby there, because you're seeing what the creation was. You're seeing the spinning wheel. You're seeing these things in an actual creative way, which is really cool.
What did I think? Got milk? First thing. But really, got milk? That is a beautiful card in all
Are you
seriousness.
okay?
Reminds me of the story Rumpelstiltskin. Isn't that the one where she had to spin the straw into gold, and then she did, and then he kept like having her do more and more. I've got to reread that story. That reminds me of Rumpelstiltskin.
Yep, I agree. I think of the same thing.
That was so much
Yeah.
fun. We haven't done that, and how freaky that we pulled those cards like that
Yes,
twice.
it's probably been a couple years. Did we miss anybody, or does anybody everybody feel good, or feel like you got something out of it? We can always pull some additional cards, but we'll make sure we didn't miss anybody, because I do that sometimes. But yeah, this was a blast. Rook and I used to do pool terror. It's been probably a couple years. As a matter of fact,
We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
It's like we just had to do it.
for a long time. I actually met Adius through tarot cards. He was pulling the Fae Oracle by Brian
Oracle.
Froud, which is a great Oracle deck. I need to bring that one back out too.
I remember that. God, that was seems like
6 years
that was
ago.
on Twitch. Yeah,
6
on
years
Twitch.
ago. Yeah, we used to do the show, the Malice Experience, on Twitch, and then we morphed over to YouTube,
Yeah.
and then to the
Thank
Atius.
you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. I think we need to go take a rest, because I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. We'll be up in morning at 9:45 Eastern time to have our Sunday discussion. The circle and hang on. What are the polyvagal cards? Oh yeah.
Oh, I absolutely can. You'll have to let me go grab them first, though. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that is awesome. Those are pretty cool cards. Oh, they're right there. Yeah, baby.
I wound myself up over my chair. So I actually have a couple of different ones now, and I'll bring one of the different ones tomorrow to our show. But these are, if you're interested, these are the Vegas Nerve deck. There's about 10 or 12 of these that are different that I've seen now kind of popping up. There's the Somatic Nerve deck, which is very similar. There's another Vegas Nerve deck, and then there's the Polyvagal deck. These are all really great. Real quick rundown, if you don't know what polyvagal theory is, it's a theory, but it's not really a theory. The vagus nerve is a nerve, and it's in your entire body, and it is responsible for your sympathetic and parasympathetic responses, which means your fight, flight, freeze, flop, or fawn response. That's developed a little bit since I was in school. But it's your alarm system that tells you when to run and when to save yourself and when you have to fight. And in a lot of people, especially those with trauma, which is a lot of people nowadays, not because everybody has a trauma, but because life is traumatic. We are not living the way we used to, and it's not good for us. But knowing that, we can reset our polyvagal nerve, our vagal nerve, and we can do things that will help benefit us and kind of reduce those stresses. And so polyvagal cards can help us do that, and they teach us different things and different exercises we can do to help calm us down or make us feel better, especially if we're stressing out. So we're going to pull a card, and this card is Identify Anchors. Highly recommend these cards. This exercise, so this is an exercise for connection. So if you're somebody who has difficulty connecting with others and you need to develop the connection, and that's something you want to work on, this card is for you. This exercise encourages you to identify and embrace your anchors. People, action, places, and moments that make you feel safe. Identifying these anchors reinforces the belief that you are secure, both on your own and with others. So I know that's kind of hard to see. I'm going to walk you through this little exercise. In this exercise, you will consider various aspects of your life that evoke feelings of safety and connection. You can recall them at any time to support your ventral vagal state. So this is actually a cool exercise that I read in polyvagal theory, and this is kind of identifying what we call glimmers. Everybody's heard of triggers, but glimmers are things that we bring intentionally into our mind to kind of replace those triggers with glimmers so that we have something positive to pull from. So, 1, the who. We need to identify the people who make you feel safe. So you need to actively do this. I want each of you to think about who in your life actively makes you feel safe right now. This can be people who have passed on. It can be spiritual figures. It can be famous people. Like Pink always comes to my mind. Pink is somebody that I think would make me feel very safe. If I'm out somewhere and she was there, I would be like, I just feel safe. I think she's a safe person. Rook makes me feel safe. Even though I have lots of disagreements with some people in his family, his mom makes me feel really safe. Those kind of things are things that you'd want to think about. So keep that in your mind. And then when you are stressed, you can think of those people to kind of help you feel a little better. So think of those people right now, and you should start feeling a little calmer. Yeah, these people make me feel safe. I'm already feeling a little better. Then we go to the what. Explore actions and behaviors that provide comfort, nurturing your sense of safety. These are those things like, do you have I love worry stones. If you don't know what worry stones are, they're little oval stones. They're kind of flat and they have like an indentation on them. And I rub them. Like I get really nervous, or if I'm anxious about something, I have them in my hand and I fidget with them. And I like it because you can get them in different stones. You can get jaspers, you can get crystals, and all these kind of things. They're really cool, and I like them. So that's a what for me. I can have those stones with me in my pocket. If I need a lot of energy, I have the bumblebee jasper stone that I like to carry. That's the what. Yours may be, maybe you like to make potions or a drink that you really like. So if you're going to go to a stressful situation, get your favorite drink, right? If I'm going to go have a meeting where I don't want to deal with something that's tough, but I have no choice, and I have to deal with it, then I'm going to grab an A&W Zero soda and take it with me. It's my favorite drink. That's a what. Then there's the where. Consider the physical places where you feel safe, like a beloved reading spot or any natural setting that evokes calm and security. Yep. So you're going to think of some where places that you have been, that you like, or that you would want to go. For me, the beach at the edge where the water is just touching your feet and the sand is just damp. That to me is one of the most amazing locations and things to be. So that's my where, one of my wheres. The other one is our witch room in front of our bookshelf. That's a big where for me. Or Casablanca's, where I used to go as a kid, is a where for me. And then the when. Focus on the moments when you experience safety and connection. So when you think about this, think about times when you felt safe in what you were doing. You will probably have some times creep in where you're like, "Ooh, I don't feel safe there." Push that out. Move back into a place where you felt comfortable. There's a lot of times where that come to my mind first that I was uncomfortable or I don't want to remember, so I have to keep pushing them out and say, you know what? I felt really safe and comfortable when this thing happened. Write them down if you need to. And if you have just one of each of these, you have a who, a what, a where, a when. And you can use those to come back to when you need a glimmer to kind of switch you to your safe space. And that's called identifying your anchors. Easy to do. Great cards. They're amazing. And I hope they help you guys because they are absolutely helping me. So, highly recommend them. They're not very expensive. I like cards of any kind. So, I will always be pulling cards of something. So, I really, really appreciate this. Has been very needed for me tonight. I almost didn't want to do it. I was almost hoping that this wouldn't work, that the system wouldn't come up, and that I couldn't get the OBS to turn on and all that stuff. But I am really, really glad that it did. Spending time
It's a lot of fun.
Spending time with just this kind of a group it's a win. It's a where. It's virtual. It's a what. and it's a who. It fits all of those feelings for me. So these are things I can think back to. It's like I feel really safe, comfortable, and just connected with these conversations and with you guys. So I appreciate it.
Grounded for me. It helps me always feel good with the energy of the and flow of the conversations. It's really nice.
So you guys have a wonderful night. For those of you, we'll see you tomorrow. We go live at 9:45 Eastern. We'll have some conversations. It'll probably be a short one. We may or may not do tarot because I know Rook is pretty sick. I am just getting over it. But we're not going to skip out, so we will be on tomorrow. And we hope to see you there. But if not, at least we saw you tonight. So
Thank you so much for hanging out and spending part of your Saturday with us, your night, late. And it means a lot.
Yep. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye.
And be kind, witch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
There's
look
never
for
opportunity to plug.
look for Ink, Ash, and Witchcraft coming soon. We did our first episode. We'll be releasing it soon. Yay, Ink,
It's a
Ash, and
lot of
Witchcraft.
Fun. I enjoyed Cash and Witchcraft. It was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing projects with this man.